You
like
eat liver?
pate. Yeah.
Yeah, liver and onions.
I've had chicken foot
Gizzards,
before.
kidney. What is it?
I've had chicken foot before.
Yeah, chicken feet. Like that's very.
Dim
We call it
sum.
Adidas.
You just did 1 foot, not the feet?
Yeah, I don't. I have a foot fetish, so I was like, I can't go down.
Yeah.
No, it was really, it was just in the soup.
Yeah.
Chicken feet's good.
Were you in Asia?
No, Minnesota.
Yeah. Close.
It was for a cooking show. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Oh, really?
yeah.
What about, would you eat, can you eat a pig's hoof?
Yeah, I called my dad's our family night.
Yeah.
My dad would cook this thing called pig knuckles, and it was our favorite thing. And all the kids would be like, "Pig knuckles!" And then I swear it was such a treat for us.
That's,
It's like pig
I
truck.
didn't know pigs had knuckles. Or like, how does that work?
yeah.
Technically, it's just the foot, the feet.
Hooves?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
hooves,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't think they have, so
They have
a knuckle, this is the knuckle.
It's a joint,
all
it's a
right, that's
joint.
fine. I don't want to
Yeah.
get, I'm not a fucking
A technicality.
biologist. Yeah. But is it crunchy?
No, you put it. It's like a stew.
Do you eat everything of the pig? The butthole.
If you're gonna kill it, you better eat all of it.
Blood.
What about
I
the
eat
eyes?
the blood. We eat the blood. It's called dinuguan, and we eat the entrails.
How
as
do you
well.
eat the blood? Like a
We
beer
make it
bong, or-
into because all cultures have their own version of blood sausage.
Oh,
I think,
I had blood cubes. Too,
Yes, it's
the
the same.
day as the chicken foot.
but we eat it as a soup.
Wow. How do you feel about the eyes? Because I see people get the eyes and go
I
straight
eat
for
fish
it.
eyes,
Yeah.
but I don't think I've eaten I don't think I've ever eaten pig eye. Like we eat lanshao, which is the dick, the beef dick, the cow's dick.
Beef dick. That's actually what they called me in high school.
Oh, beef dick.
Let's go, beef dick.
Yeah. Pig knuckles! That's what they used to call me. So you've never eaten a dick?
Not on.
No,
camera.
not in a sexual way. Not in like,
No.
yeah.
I feel like that was 80% of Fear Factor in the prime. It was like, here's a pig's cock. You're like,
Yeah.
how did you guys have your hands on this so easily?
Yeah.
I don't know, how much money would they win on Fear Factor? It'd be like for like $500.
Nothing.
It wasn't a lot.
I'd be like, just give a college kid some Adderall and he'll do it for free.
Yeah. But it's also, you wouldn't do it in your private life. It's only on the show. Like imagine being on.
right,
This is
right.
it was a hot show, national TV. You don't
Hot
look like a
stakes.
fucking pussy.
Joe Rogan was hosting it. you know?
Yeah. He's like the man's man, right?
Like,
So yeah,
that's my chance.
Yeah, so he could say anything like "suck off that blue whale,"
Like, suck me off. And I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah.
So anything on camera, I'll do. If it's like not at YouTube.
Okay.
If a kid went, "Hey, I have a YouTube channel," I'd be like, "Fuck you." But if
Got to
it's
make
like
a network thing.
national television,
SAG is what you're saying. SAG after it. YouTube,
SAG after it, right?
YouTube ain't cutting it.
How about in a movie? Do you act?
I've auditioned. I haven't booked anything. I've done like 50 self-tapes, bombed all of them. I don't know what's going on. Like I in my head, I was like, I'm going to make all these videos and a casting director would be like, this guy's perfect for that role.
Yeah.
And then I audition and then I crumble in the room just because it's too, I don't know.
I'll tell you the secret.
What?
Thank you. Hi.
Is that the secret?
No,
After
that's
you
not. I just want to
ASMR?
say hi.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Hi, good.
Thanks for having me, dude.
So here's the deal.
So I'm going to be
I
in Buffalo,
promise you
New
this.
York. I was going to do my tour date. Is that okay?
I promise you, this is what happens. You're on your way. I promise you, right? And one day, once people know who you are, I'm talking about the gatekeepers, that's what I call them. Once they know who you are, you're going to book, right?
And then it's just a snowball effect.
It's like a snowball effect. And you're going to be in what they call the mix. You'll be on a board of like 10 dudes your type, and you'll just be one of those guys.
just kind of the reoccurring type.
Because the auditions you're doing now, I mean, this is what I heard from a casting director. We don't watch 70% of them,
Oh, I bet.
and which is bullshit. Imagine like, you've helped me. Like I don't know what you do, but these guys have helped me with my auditions. It takes me days to read. You know what I mean?
Memorize.
To make choices, memorize it, and then we do it a couple hours to get the right. You know what I mean? And then it's like
Awful.
if they're not going to see it,
Annoying.
it's fucking.
You're
Terrible.
doing a new take. 'Cause a helicopter flew by. It's the most LA thing right
It's
there.
yeah. It's
You're
the
trying to work
worst.
on your craft, and all of a sudden you live by LAX, and it's just
Yeah. But you always send them in.
always really.
Yes.
Even if they're bad.
No, I mean, try. I mean, do you
Like,
ever
try.
If they call and go, "Hey, there's this audition," do you sometimes go, "I don't want to do it"?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I want you to do one.
But they're like, do you want to play a toaster? I'm like, how the fuck? I mean, yes, I'll do it.
Yeah,
Is it voiceover? Oh, I have
Yeah.
to dress up as a toaster.
Yeah.
Got you.
Sweetie, what is our number one most favorite thing in this house?
God, that's a lot, but I would have to guess Peloton. I'll tell you why. Because I'm a lazy fat man. Okay? And I'm going to say this, okay? I admit it, all right? When you see me exercise, what do? Peloton. You know why? I don't even do, I know the instructors are great, you know what I mean? They have the world famous instructors. But what I love to do is the other day I did a Portland scenic
ride?
ride.
What was it?
It was great. I did 9 miles on it.
Woo.
I felt refreshed. I slept like a baby that night. It's the best way to exercise. It's high tech. It's great for the body.
Also, by the way, when I'm not feeling like I want to go on a bike ride, which I love, I shout out to Cody and a lot of my favorite instructors. But when I'm not feeling like a bike ride, you can just log on to your computer, do strength training, yoga, boxing, just about every kind of class. Peloton has it.
And the music is great, from pop and rock to hip hop and EDM. There are over 100 artist series to choose from. Find your favorite music and turn your next workout into a concert.
This has been a lifesaver for me because I don't always like to drive to the gym because LA traffic sucks. So this is a great way for me to be like, okay, done with the podcast, go straight to my Peloton.
Visit onepeloton.com to learn more. That's ONEPELOTON.com. onepeloton.com.
I auditioned for Peter Jackson's King Kong.
Oh, yeah.
And if you watch Peter Jackson's King Kong, there's just one Chinese guy just screaming in the movie. He'll just run past the screen. Ah, ah, you know what I mean? 50 guys read for that part. And this is when we had to go in.
Nuts.
So I'd be in the lobby, and I just hear my friends like John Cho, these types of guys back then, just real actors going, ah, you know what I mean? And walk out just so defeated.
Oh, yeah.
But you just do it for the story.
Right. The audition room is sad.
It's so
Because you
sad.
look around and you go, oh, that guy was on Disney Channel. None of us are getting this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, you go in, you go, oh, there's Seth Green for my part.
Yeah, you're like, oh,
Yeah,
these are
there's
hot people.
Yeah.
You have, I'm not,
Yeah.
I ain't booking this.
I read against, I'm not even kidding you, me and, I think I've said this, Brandon Ruth,
Superman.
Superman.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And we were sitting there in the lobby, and I looked at his sides. It was the same sides I had. He highlighted the same characters. And I'm like, wow, who's writing this? A 2-year-old kid? You know what I mean? It's like, whatever.
Whoever, yeah.
Whoever.
Did he get it?
I don't know. I don't remember what it was. He might not have. We got to see somebody else. Probably went. And probably Kevin Hart got it. He gets everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
So I've tried, but I mean, I don't know. I just like what I do now. I just like the touring and the making my videos, I think. But if the offers come, great. I'll play that toaster any day.
Yeah.
Is it SAG? I'm in.
Yep.
If it's a remake of my Brave Little Toaster, you have to do it.
Please do.
I forgot about that. That's a great.
Sad.
That's
Yeah.
one of the best ones.
I'll do it. I take back everything I've ever said. I'll play a futon. I don't give a fuck. Put me in.
But you know what also will happen? Who do you hang out with? Do you have friends that are at your level that you started with that are still doing it? Mm-hmm. You have probably, what, 10, 15 people you know?
Yeah.
Men and women, right?
Yeah.
One day, those people, either you first or them, will also be big and will get shit.
Right. Then they're just casting their friends.
Yeah, it's like when I, after Mad TV, there was a couple of years where I couldn't get an audition to save my life. Mm-hmm. And I was just not hot. Like, nobody wanted me. And it hurt. But, Chelsea Handler, who I started with, goes, just do my show. It'll help you with the numbers. So I would just panel on her show. But it's like, it's not something that I've ever... I'm grateful for the opportunity, but, she just did me a favor. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And you're going to get a lot of those as well.
Yeah, it's a lot of just friendships. And it's the whole, longevity of this, this being patient. Because it is true what you said. It's like everyone kind of just rises up, and then those people start just picking their friends. Mm. So,
yeah,
I mean, it all makes sense when you think about it, but you're like, well, why not fucking now? Book me. Then you're like, I don't know.
Yeah. You like your manager?
He's a great guy.
Andy Farag?
He's listening right now.
Yeah.
He used to.
I love Andy.
You know Andy? Yeah, he used to book all the tour dates for you.
Yeah, he is.
Did you? He just left the company. You guys. Started working, still work together?
I
No?
don't say leave. He sabotaged it.
Oh no.
Yeah. No.
Classic agent move.
No, I just was bummed because he was like a guy that I was like, I want to. He reps me. I like this kid, right? And then he was just like, I'm moving on.
Right.
Yeah, and then
Leveled up.
What?
He leveled up.
He leveled up, and just fire him.
Should I let him go?
He can't hear us. We whisper.
Yeah, just to keep him on his toes.
No,
Maybe at like
he
daylight
literally-
savings, just let him know you're fired, and then let the clock skip a couple hours. And be like, "You're back."
he is really great, and also the reason why, because I mean, obviously you're on the show, but he, you could tell he really believes in you.
Yeah.
He really does, and he's just like my boy, my boy, my boy. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah.
and it's
That was
like,
great.
yeah, I mean that's what you need. Like my fucking manager has never been to a comedy, hasn't been in a comedy club in 30
He doesn't even know you do stand up, right?
No, she's not. She lives in a house in Venice. She doesn't come out.
Oh yeah.
No one knows her. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
like, to have a kid like Andy always at the clubs,
Always at
touting
the
your
club.
fucking
Good
name.
tracksuit. He's always wearing a tracksuit.
Right. And he gets
That's right.
girls.
Well, he knows that.
Yeah,
he, knows
yeah, yeah.
He is now because he's being talked about on the show. So I think
Yeah.
his DMs will start popping. Ladies, email my manager.
Yeah.
Say what's up.
No, but it's not that because it's like, he's Persian, right?
I believe so.
What is he? Mexican? What is he?
Mexican or Persian? Which one?
Farag. I think Farag is Persian.
I want to say Egyptian.
He's Egyptian.
I want to say Egyptian.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's like, so Andy and Fahim Anwar,
Fahim's so funny.
one of the best.
So good.
So fucking good.
Yeah.
I
Just
wanna
always
strang-
cranking out new bits.
I want to strangle him sometimes.
You just want to take that premise and just
Yeah.
give me that.
Yeah.
Give me that and I'll give you a Prius.
Yeah, or he'll do jokes where like I thought the premise, right? I'll go for years. I don't know how to the angle, and then he'll do it, and you go, oh, that was it.
And there's like no fat on the bit. It's just like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Do you have fat in your bits?
Oh, so much. I always find I add so much fat for no reason. And like segues for some reason, I'll like try to be smooth. Because I've seen guys that are like so smooth with their whole act and it's a whole A to Z. It's this whole storyline. And then I'm like, I try to do that, but I'm not great with work.
I used to watch it to my uncle, and I said, oh my God, there's something come out of my penis.
Yeah,
and she
yeah.
was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And that was a big problem because I didn't know. But so that was first. But I remember my first pube ever. I was 13 years old.
Wow.
I was 13 years old.
You
I was
didn't
in
get a
8th grade.
pube until
No,
13?
Late bloomer. 13 years old. But I didn't want to
16.
wash it.
A pube?
My first pube was at 16, and when I saw it, I plucked it and I saved it, and then my mom cleaned the room and she vacuumed it.
You guys weren't eating enough.
I swear to God, she vacuumed my one pube that I had saved. I saved it for 6 months. I thought it was a miracle.
Why did it
Right?
come
I
up?
go, it was like a baby. I go, this is like a turning point.
Turning point.
You guys didn't eat enough chicken hormones, I think. Like we butted really young.
Butted-
When did you get your first hair?
I think like 9 or 10.
That's when you got your period too?
No.
9, 10?
I got it at 13, but pubes were, the fuzz was coming in.
Well, I had fuzz.
That's
Fuzz is
have a
not hair.
real nice
I mean a
pube.
real black hair, like a hair.
I still have pubes, by the way. I don't shave them.
I don't have pubes.
I have a full bush.
Oh gosh, I wish I could get Jazz's permission to show you how little hair I actually grow in my pussy.
I've seen it.
I don't know what's wrong with me. There's
love it.
no
You have her
fucking
permission.
I love it. Wait, you have a big bush?
Right now, yeah.
Yeah.
Hair. So you caught up. You
Yeah.
eventually got like
Yeah.
the full.
Yeah, well, and I think that's why I don't shave my pubes because it took me so long to grow them that I have them.
That's the kind of that's
What it is.
You're a thinker.
What it is.
Yeah. I get it.
And they're there. The thing is, up above like the pubic bone is nice, but then on my balls, it's just strands of hair that come out.
Can I say, and this is something that I've said on stage before, but this is a real thing. I've never seen my own butthole.
You want me to take a picture? Here, I'll take a picture.
No, not right now. Not right now. I don't want to. I'll do it right now, live. You know what I mean? But have you ever seen your own butthole?
Yes.
Have I ever seen my own butthole? No, actually.
Yeah, I've never seen it. Well, I'll never
How
see it
would
with
I
my
see
own
it?
eyes.
Possible to see.
Oh, 'cause
You'll
you
never
guys don't
see your
wax
butthole with your own
yourself.
eyes.
You guys don't wax yourselves. I have to wax myself and have my asshole face the mirror.
Oh, you do self waxing on your asshole?
During the pandemic, yeah.
Wait. So how do you? Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
When you're waxing your own butthole,
Yeah, it's
how do you do it?
I have to put my knees behind my. It's a whole thing. I
Right.
have
So
the
you
GT
do it, but
wax
can
set.
you? But you look at a mirror and do it, but you don't do it with your own eyes.
I do. I look at both and down.
Oh, so you've seen with your own eyes your own butthole.
Of course, I've also taken lots of pictures of my own asshole.
Yeah. If I was the Fantastic Four guy, I would be able to do it.
You'd be able to do it.
Yeah. I'll go.
Yeah, I look like who's the other one? Who's the other one? Who's the rock guy? What's that guy called?
The Thing.
The Thing?
Yeah.
That's what my cock looks like because I have HPV.
All right. You have one of everything.
I got a skin tag removed from my ass cheek the other day.
Yeah.
Which was crazy. I had the skin tag on my ass cheek for like 10 years.
How big?
It was, I don't have a picture
Wait,
of it.
did you do it with a string or did you go to the
No,
doctor?
I went to a dermatologist. And
Oh,
he
look
just-
at my neck. I got like 50 skin tags off.
You got them removed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got them all removed.
But how one on your ass cheek is interesting. And then I had one right this close to my asshole. And he was like, this one's in such a tricky spot because if I remove that, it can get
and
infection,
it's not
whatever.
a hemorrhoid?
No, it's not a hemorrhoid. It's outside my ass. But I just left it there.
My dad had one. Not on his not in his asshole, but in between his sack and the thigh, there was
Right.
one skin tag, and I used to go to the spa with him.
Yeah.
And every once in a while I would see it. You have to go. Okay.
Soon, yes. You have a heart out, right?
I do, yeah.
What time?
I think it's like 5:15. What time is it now?
Is it-
Almost 5.
It's almost 5.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
By the way, this is some positions for you guys. How to do it.
Oh, to see your own butthole.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Look at that. That looks like
Yeah, but to see the
Santino.
first one is that's Santino.
That is
but the first, yeah.
right there.
But you're still not seeing it with your own eyes. You're seeing it through a
Mirror, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I would love to. I'll never see it with my
I
own.
see what
eyes.
you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, that I don't think there's the flexibility. Does the most flexible human in the world? Could they eat their own
Like a
asshole?
contortionist, maybe.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
true.
yeah, Cirque du Soleil guy, yeah.
Yeah.
But my dad had one between his sack and his thigh, and I used to see it at a fucking spa.
You seem like a guy, by the way, who I bet your asshole never stinks.
It stinks.
No, I think it smells
He's
like
not
plastic.
a great wiper, but I'll tell you this much about him. He has absolutely zero BO. Even
Yeah.
if he didn't shower for 2 weeks, no BO.
But I told you, I think I've said this before, maybe on this show, that Koreans in general do not have BO.
They
They
don't.
cannot get BO. It's an actual enzyme deficiency that they have where they're incapable of smelling like BO. That is
Yeah,
a
I
fact.
have never bought. I don't even know what the purpose of deodorant is. I've never bought it.
right.
I've never.
No, you can't.
I don't know what
put it in the
brands
same.
they are. I don't know what brands they are. I don't know how to use it because I've just never used it.
No, Korean people
Is that real?
No. Google Korean
It's true, it is
enzyme.
real.
You cannot make a body odor.
And
Very
you know what he
few.
doesn't have either? He doesn't have a natural crotch scent.
Nice.
So he doesn't have.
It doesn't smell like salt and vinegar potato chips or something like that.
no.
No.
He just
It's unscented.
It would.
That's what I told you. I don't think you have a scented butthole.
Yeah. You have
Your
a
butthole-
scented one. You know what I mean?
Well, Germans, we typically don't have a smell either. We are the Ubermensch.
Oh, what's
No, the Ubermensch. Yeah. No, I'm kidding.
Let's do the intro now.
5, 4.
Welcome to another episode of Tiger Belly. We have a great guest. He's from New York City. I met him on Opie Anthony years ago. One of the best stand-ups, one of the best podcasters, Chris DiStefano.
What's up, everybody?
All right, so any tour, you want to plug anything?
Yeah. When does this one come out?
You're this
next
week.
week. Oh,
This week?
Yeah.
Whoa.
The first one post break.
Look at that. First one post breakup. Go to chrisdcomedy.com for Tiki Wikis. Burlington, Vermont, July 27th, July 28th, 29th, Montreal. And then August, in August, we have the Brea Improv, California. Will you come to one of the shows?
I would love to.
17th to the 20th, the Brea Improv.
I would love to.
And then September 8th to the 10th, Cobb's Comedy Club, San Francisco. Then a biggie,
Chicago.
September 30th, big one, Chicago Theater. And then Philadelphia in October, we're going to add a second show to the Fillmore.
Awesome.
Christy, and I got a special, Special Weshy on Netflix.
Fuck yeah, man.
Called Special Weshy. It's on
How's
Netflix.
it going? Good?
It went well. It's I mean, you know how it is. It's all up there in the algorithm for the first couple of weeks, and then
Right.
Right.
But they said it got a few million views, which is good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Netflix stock tanked as soon as we announced I had a special. That's the way it worked out. The day they announced it was crashing is the day they also announced I had a special.
There it is right
Special
there.
Weshy. Give it a
Special
thumbs up.
Weshy. Anyway, you want to do an unhelpful because they have to go?
He can go.
All right.
What are we gonna do?
We do an end segment, but it's 5, and we have another guest coming, so let's just fucking end.
Can we do it
It's
quick?
great.
Yeah. Let's
do it quick.
Yeah.
Just do a bite-sized one.
All right, here we go. Unhelpful advice with Chris Chrissy D. Thank you for your services. So my boyfriend of 4 years wants me to get a corporate job. I recently graduated from college and decided to start my own web development business instead of the traditional corporate way. I'm 23 and I'm a broke ass, but I know if I keep working hard, I will thrive. I just know it. My boyfriend keeps trying to convince me that an 8 to 5 will bring me financial freedom and less anxiety. I just don't think I'm meant to work in the corporate environment, but I am starting to question my choice. Also, I'm just super stubborn. I really want to prove his ass wrong. What should I do?
Find a different boyfriend.
Yep, I would say he seems annoying. He seems insecure. He seems threatened.
Yeah.
Find a different.
Why does he have that much power over your decision?
Also, you're
Yes.
23. You're supposed to be broke.
Yes.
You're supposed to be confused and how am I going to eat?
Yeah.
The pain and the hunger and all that stuff
Imagine
is
that.
what drives you.
Yes.
Imagine being 23 and being like, nope, I think you should be working in 8. Oh my God.
No,
what
get out
a
of here.
fucking boner
You
killer.
sound so fucking boring too.
Boring.
Yeah.
Boner killer. Get rid of him.
Get rid of him.
Yeah, I
And number
want
2,
him
get a
out.
corporate job. Get the job.
Yes.
Stability.
Get health
Yeah, yeah,
benefits.
yeah.
Also, see if you can get some of that pay in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Crypto,
Yeah. I don't know what that is. That good?
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Anyway, give him a round of applause.
Oh, all right. I wish we wouldn't have done that. We should have ended before. That segment, I fucking blew it.
Syukulugi-mugi sa laman, pitan mo kung gani ay makabululi. Purong kaya madugdugabing bombola, syukumugi ay ito. Syukulugi-mugi sa laman, pitan mo kung gani ay makabululi. Purong kaya madugdugabing.
Talk to that girl from Germany or no?
No.
How did that end?
That ended. So we had to do this thing where I had to leave. I said, I gotta know, baby. I'm moving to Hollywood. This was I was in Germany. Then I made my move to Hollywood. I knew I had to make a run at Hollywood.
Yeah. You weren't doing stand-up at the time.
I was doing stand-up. I've been doing stand-up 7 years.
At that
and
time.
and I was ready to go, and I had a sponsor here, and because I'm Canadian, so I had a guy who sponsored me in. And
Who was that guy?
Howard Lapidus.
Uh-huh.
He recently passed away about 2 years ago.
I'm
God
sorry,
bless him. Yeah, but he was the guy that opened the door to bring me in. And I said to her, one of us has to make a move. And she had just finished university. And so she said, I'll come. She goes, I got to write 2 more exams, and then I'll come. I'll be there in 3 months. And so 3 months turned into 6, and 6 turned into 9. And then I went over there to visit a couple of times in between. And every time she told me she was coming, but then broke the date, the light started to fade a little more.
In me.
Every time she broke that commitment, the light went dimmer. To the point where the last time she did it, I just said, hey, if you're not here at this date at my front door, I said, I waited almost 2 years for her.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't do it anymore. And she said, I can't be there. And so I said, that's it. And the light went out. And then, of course, what always happens, 6 months later, she writes to me. This was pre-internet, so it was all letters and phone calls.
Yeah.
She goes, look, I'm ready to come over. And I'm like,
The light's dead.
The light's dead. And I said, you know what? We had something so amazing. I was so madly in love with you and you with me. I said, come on over. We'll see what happens. And she flew over, and she's supposed to be there for 3 weeks. And look, man, when we made love, it was like heaven. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And we slept in the same bed 3 nights. And on the 4th day, I said, you got to go. Like, not mean, but I said, I don't feel it. Like, I couldn't even make love to her anymore. It was, the light was out.
Yeah.
And it was such a disappointment. But had she come when the beam between us was still powerful, who knows? I might have been married with kids by now with her, but.
Yeah, but who's to say that light, even if you got married, that would diminish? I mean,
Yeah, it could have.
yeah.
Yeah.
My question is, does it always diminish the light?
The light can dim, but then if it's a real deep love, I think the light can come back up, or the light can change its glow. Like with my parents, they, to me, on the surface, did not look like people who loved each. They were like, "Hey, John, where are you? I'm down here, Lorraine. Now, come on, give me my sweater. Shut up, waffle tits, or whatever." But but the love they had inside was, you could just see it and feel it. Like there was probably no more intimacy or romance, but the love was still there, very powerful, you know? So
Yeah.
that light can change. The density of the light.
I do have to
can
say, my love for Kalila will always be there.
Correct,
I
of
love her
course.
so much. I
Good.
really do.
I do too.
And
You can't lose that.
yeah,
It won't go away even if this was a volatile ending. I tell you, the love would still be present. Even, you know, it might take like 5, 6, 10 years for any animosity to wear off, but the love you have for her it's locked for eternity.
You know, it's
Likewise.
interesting you said that, because the other night when I saw Sarah sitting at the belly room steps, because it was a girlfriend of mine,
An ex.
an ex, and she was going through some depression or whatever, and I just remember listening, talking to her, we hugged, and I was, you know, kind of rubbing her back, and I thought to myself, she's different than anybody else because my connection with her is on a different level. You know what I mean? And I will always love this girl. I really will. You know what I mean? Obviously, I don't have any sexual attraction to her or anything like that stuff, but there is something that she's somebody that's like attached to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you were always. I love that about you. Is when we first got together, like how when you talked about Sarah, I could tell this was someone like you deeply loved and respected, and that was a green flag for me. I don't usually like. I would have given you the time of day if you were trashing your ex in any way. So yeah, I do believe you love her a lot.
Harlan and I, this whole podcast has been winking at each other
Every second.
every second.
You've been winking. I have a fucking fly in my eye. Okay?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh shit, my bad.
Weirding me out. And your fly is open.
My bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rosephiash.
You know, it's because the first time you were on, I was like, wow, what a great episode. And this time around, I'm like, why haven't you done it more?
Done what?
My podcast. I mean, you're just so great.
Well, thank you.
I don't know. There's just something about you that I just,
We've wanted you back for a while.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
love you so much.
we love you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Bring such good energy into this
Thanks,
room.
man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not the type that kind of likes to get in people's faces, so I kind of wait to be invited. And Bobby graciously invited me recently, and I'm super happy to be here. You know, I'll be honest, Bobby. When you had me on the first time, I did not know about the whole YouTube podcast world. I
Yeah.
just thought everything was on audio. Like, I didn't know people were filming them and do it. Like, I think Adam Carolla was doing it, but it felt more like a newsroom with him. But,
Yeah.
But I didn't know, like, you were the first podcast I did, and I didn't know how popular that was. I went on your thing, like, I swear to God, I think about two years later.
Yeah.
And like I looked at it. I looked at some of it when I don't usually look at stuff I do. I looked at some of it when it first went on.
Yeah.
But I looked at it 2 years later, and I looked at like the numbers it got, and I went, "Geez, this is a whole new. It's a weird world." I was very
Yeah.
naive to all of it. You
What
know?
are you doing?
I'm gonna put it up just so you can see how the numbers basically are. It's a lot.
How many is it?
It is.
It really surprised me. I didn't know it
Skip
was.
that.
But
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah.
Our old place.
How many numbers is it?
I think it's like 400,000.
yeah, like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So in a way, you and your buddy Andrew Santino and Rick Glassman, they've had me on, and it's inspired me to put up my own podcast,
Yes.
The Harlan Highway.
Harlan Highway, dude. Check it out.
And I'm very kind of feeling my way through it. I've only done like 15 episodes.
Yeah.
And I got to be honest, I'm a little bit out of my element, so I'm trying it. But
Yeah.
you helped inspire that.
Oh,
Thank
man.
you. Yeah, I was like,
I would love to do whenever you want me on the
Yeah.
Harlem Highway, dude. I'm there, bro.
I want to do it when it's worthy of having you on, so I'm going to try and.
No,
Get it?
why don't we try to help you get it going?
That's nice, God.
That's what I want to do.
So that's
I mean,
good.
you're like
You just
one of the most
melted my heart a
unique.
little.
Let me.
Thank
I want to say this. Here's how I knew about you.
Yeah.
When I was in San Diego as an open micer, right?
Yeah.
They had this guy named Kevin. I don't know what. It was a guy from San Diego who lived in L.A. Kevin McDonald was his name. You know, you probably don't know him, and because he quit doing comedy. But I remember he would come back to San Diego and he would play the Laugh Factory, right?
Yeah.
And he would go. I would ask. You know, I was a doorman. It was 1995, 96, and I'd go, "Well, who's the hottest guy there?" He goes, "Harlan." He would always, every time, Harlan Williams is the guy there.
Where was this? In San Diego?
No, when I was in San Diego, I had a friend that would
Oh.
drive up to L.A.
Oh,
and
okay.
hang out at the Laugh Factory in
Okay.
Hollywood, right?
Wow.
And he would tell me, like, I think Pablo Francisco was a guy, but you were a guy. Like, your name always came up from him, like, he's the future or whatever. So you were always in my, you know what I mean, in my consciousness as a comedian early on.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Somebody,
Wow.
you know what I mean? And now that I met you, you're a fucking douchebag. Anyway, do we, a real shitbox. You know what I mean? Canadian fuck.
Unhopeful advice.
So we're gonna do you know what this is? People email us advice,
Oh, wow. Okay.
and then we try to
Yeah.
answer them. All right.
Unhopeful advice with Harlan Williams.
What's up? This is a simple one. What's up, Tiger Belly fam? So I need some advice. And for some reason, I think Bobby could help with this a lot. I'm from Texas, and it's getting hotter every day. Due to the heat, I am constantly getting swamp nuts. How can I prevent this from happening? Any tips? Swamp nuts. Kalala, for you as well? Swamp, whatever.
I'll say do not do the talcum powder thing. It's cancerous, carcinogenic.
What about baby powders at the same
Don't
time?
put baby powder?
Talcum.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, don't do that.
I like swamp nuts.
Yeah.
You
Well,
like
that's
the
because
feel.
you
They're
don't
swampy
have,
now.
You don't have natural crotch scent.
Yeah, but they're swampy now. I can feel it, like my sack
Let me
right now.
smell it.
No, babe, not in front of Harlan.
Okay.
But my sack right now is sliding off of my thigh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just know that there's like a slippery slide thing going on there.
Do you have
It's
lily
sloppy.
pads on your balls?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
What?
Well, they're always in a swamp, right?
Yeah. No lily pads, man.
Okay.
Yeah. But you know, like they sweaty. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
does swamp balls mean, man?
It's sweaty.
It's like
Sweaty
swamp
butt.
ass when you have like a, swampy ass.
It's a swampy ass.
Your balls are wet.
My balls are wet because of the heat.
Yeah. How do you deal with it? Are you?
I just let it be.
I
Because-
think this guy's jeans are probably too tight. Like he's probably wearing like tight jeans or something.
Oh.
Right? You got to let the air in there a little.
Oh yeah, when we wear shorts,
Yeah.
boxers.
Or you could do like you, like just keep your fly open.
Yeah. I mean, do your nuts get swampy?
No, man.
really?
No.
Never.
No.
Swamp ass?
No, no.
Wow.
It's weird. I don't get all, even when I do sweat, I don't like stink. Like I don't have body odor. Like
Oh, you're correct.
Wow.
I can sweat like crazy and
Wow.
I don't reek. Yeah, I don't know why. I should, but
Yeah.
it's weird.
My question to you: when are you gonna have your next pool party?
That's a good. I almost was thinking of doing it on July 4th, but I don't know. I wasn't in the mood yet. COVID's kind of made stuff a bit weird,
Yeah.
but I think we got to do one soon. Summer's here. Would you want to come up and have
do a fucking-
splash around?
Let's
and-
splash around, dude.
yeah.
I'd love to come up there and splash with
You just want to wash off your swamp ball.
Yeah. No, I like your pad though. It's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please
Yeah.
come on up.
There's a fly in his eye.
Yeah.
Really get it. And
Has anyone been just flat out mean to you? I love these. I like gossiping.
yeah. I mean, I've had like, at Mad TV, this is what happened. So, did I tell you the story? Katie Dippold. So there's a writer. She wrote Ghostbusters, the one with the women in it. Great,
Right.
better than the original. But my point is that Katie wrote that, and she was a writer at Mad TV. And so for our very last table read, the show's canceled. Back then, we wouldn't get the fucking scripts emailed to us. We would get it delivered.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
yeah,
Right. So
yeah.
they would deliver it.
Yeah.
And so the script, and at Mad TV we would read 20 sketches, 7 or 8 of them would make it, right? And so I'm rifling through what sketches I'm in, right? And then there's a sketch in there that I'm never in. It was like a reoccurring sketch with a couple, like it was a guy and a girl, but it's like a country. No, it was 2 girls. It was like a country TV show kind of a thing, right? And but I'm like, why am I in this one? And they're having a conversation, and in between the conversations, my line is in there. Some of them's like, "Shut up," or I'm losing my mind, right?
Those are
These are the lines,
Right.
That didn't really even make sense with the dialogue that was happening, right? But Katie, that script was the only one that was delivered. So when I'm doing it in front of everyone at the table read, when they're reading it, that's not in there. So now everyone thinks I'm going fucking.
Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah. Now everyone
That's
thinks
funny.
I'm going out of my mind.
Is that on purpose?
Yes.
Who did it to you?
The writer of that sketch. And the last line is, "I'm going to shoot everyone in this room."
Wait, what?
And then one of them was just bird noises. It just says bird noises. So so when we're reading it, right, you could see executives backing up from their chair.
That is. How long have you been on the show at this point?
This is my 8th year.
That's pretty fucking funny.
I didn't feel like it was.
I understand.
Yeah, I didn't
I
feel like
understand you being upset.
Yeah, I didn't
But
feel
that's
like
also that's
yeah.
very funny.
It is in retrospect funny, but
In
what happened
retrospect,
was,
yeah.
So at the end of the sketch, it was dead silence in the room. You know what I mean? And in my mind, I'm like, I read it wrong. Like I misinterpreted how to deliver these lines. So
the bird noise. I did the bird noises wrong.
Yeah. Like maybe it was a different bird noise or whatever. I should have done something like that. But it was like, and it's dead silent, and then there's only one person that's laughing, and it's Katie.
Oh.
She didn't even tell anyone, even any of the producers.
Afterwards, she didn't tell.
No, she stood up, and she goes, "Bobby has a special script
At
that
least
he
she
only
got
has."
you off the hook.
Right, and the whole place went into laughter.
Oh, good.
Meanwhile,
Okay.
it's like I just went to Vietnam or something. It was fucking traumatic. Yeah. I mean, that was, and ever since then, I ask.
Do you?
At table reads, I go, everyone has this one? All this, compare. Okay, I mean, yeah.
Did she do things like that to you after that, or
No, that was our last episode. That was our last table bit, but she'd been like wanting to do it for years, like as a prank. You know what I mean? It's a really good one if you think about it.
Wait,
right?
has someone been really outwardly like mean or?
Sizemore was rough?
Yeah,
on me the first couple of weeks.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I didn't. I just thought it was hilarious.
But he has that reputation. I feel like.
Yeah, I've heard stories, but then he flipped and we got along fine.
Yeah,
Then he owned you.
Yeah, then he owned me. Then I was his
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah.
Well, here's a funny story I never told. It's not anyone like being mean, but it was really awkward. I was playing an Oscar I was an extra on the Ben Stiller show.
Oh wow.
And I was playing an Oscar statue in Oliver Stone Land. It was a skit they were doing.
Is this post Jackass or pre? Did people know who you were then? When you did this?
No. This was years before.
Okay, so no one knew you were just then you were back to
I
the
was like
background.
21 or 22.
Wow. Okay.
So Jackass didn't have it for another 8 years. So I was playing the Oscar statue, and the costume guy was like, "Okay, we got to figure out what to do with your package." And I was like, "All right, And he goes, "We got to hide it." I'm like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah.
I'm like, "I'll just talk." He goes, "Can I? It'll just be a little better if I do it."
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And he proceeds to stick his hand down my pants and my underwear.
Yeah.
And reach under and grabs my dick and balls and pulls them back. And then, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then he's like, he maneuvered. He's like, okay, I think we're good. And I was like, oh.
Yeah. And of course, you can't complain.
No, it was
Yeah.
really awkward, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
also knew that what happened was so awkward it's probably a little funny. That I even let someone do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, sure.
So now
Go
you-
ahead.
now- so
I didn't know he was going to. I didn't know what he was going to do.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was going to just like
But he grabbed the actual flesh
No, but from the back.
hippo me.
from the back.
From the back, he pulled it
Yeah,
backwards
yeah.
like this.
But
Here,
over the
I'll
under.
show you.
No, no, but over the underwear or through skin?
No, it's cock.
Holy
Hand
fuck!
on
Okay,
cock.
okay. Oh wow.
Yeah,
wow,
skin
wow.
on skin.
Wow,
It was raw dog.
Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if that would have what I would do. Probably nothing.
We'd probably laugh.
I would laugh. Yeah, I go.
Yeah.
Whoa, dude. Or
No,
like-
it was awkward, and I found it a little funny. Really awkward though.
Why don't the Oscars have genitalia?
What?
They tuck.
No, but the statues, right? Or the actual Oscar itself?
Oh yeah, what you're saying? Yeah, but they don't have a
he
nose or
naked?
eyes or mouth either. So like,
Oh, that
so,
is
yeah,
true.
you know what I mean? But there was
True.
if there was other things, you know what I mean, on it, then
Yeah, I think Oscar puts his nuts in his butt.
Is that something that men just toy with or play with in front of the mirror, like the tuck in or the tuck back?
Oh, I've
and
done
you're
it.
like,
Yeah.
Gilbert's like, yes, of course.
Yeah,
Dude,
we've
you're-
all seen Silence of the Lambs. We've all
Right,
seen
right.
Buffalo Bill. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I've done it maybe 200 times in my life.
I know. I think our first date.
Yeah. Yeah,
right?
probably.
What a
Yeah.
romantic.
Check out this. Check out this.
You know what I mean? It's a thing that you want to see what it looks like if you didn't have one. Isn't
Yeah.
It?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What's the big deal?
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was-
If you had a big clit, you'd probably stick that out and go, look at my dick.
Oh no, I shove stuff back in there all the time. There are some days where it hangs a little lower and I tuck the lips accordingly.
Okay.
Wait, no, but this is not a secret. Like,
Just no other women, so you sound crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So
Let's
I
just move on.
Yeah, move on.
But,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, look,
I'm thinking, I have a question, but I don't know if I'm allowed to.
Yeah, go ahead. Go
ask
ahead.
it. I receive all questions.
Okay. So,
I am a she, her. I am a biologically female, if that's what you're wondering.
no, but like, that's on your mind. Like, I want to make it shift to the left
Right,
or right
so
or something
This morning.
today.
This morning.
Oh,
I
this
looked in the
morning.
mirror.
Okay.
And for some reason, my clit was a little bit more engorged and it was not tucked into my little sandwich. So I thought to myself,
Little sandwich.
Sandwich.
my pita bread, right? And so
It's a foot long.
because as you know, Bobby,
I've seen it.
as you know, it's usually like
It's not little, I'll tell you that.
no, but it's usually like tucked in neatly.
It is
right?
not- it's tucked
I
in,
don't
yeah.
have like an outie.
You're right.
But then today I looked at it, I was like, I don't know if it's the weather, but it's hanging a little different. And so I was like, oh, just give it a little tuck back in, and that's it.
But
I go
why?
about my
Why do
day.
you have to tuck it back in?
I don't like the friction of things moving around like my underwear.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just like to have it all in one.
I mean, that's the one life experience I've never had.
To have a vagina?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, I'm just saying, I just wonder, you know what I mean? it's a curious thing.
Not too late.
Yeah.
There's plenty of time.
God, I play with my penis enough. God, if I had a vagina, it would, I get nothing done.
yeah. Anything you want to promote, Johnny?
No.
Sweet Dreams. Promote. Watch it on Paramount Plus,
Paramount. Yeah.
iTunes, or whatever.
Yeah. And I podcast Pretty Sure I Can Fly with Elna Baker.
That's a great name.
Pretty Sure I Can Fly.
Yeah.
That's from a Guy Clark song called The Cape.
That's
I
great.
love that.
How long you been doing that one?
We're on our about 13th or 14th.
Oh, good.
episode,
okay.
so
You love it.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But I'm getting to talk to great people.
That's
and-
great.
Yeah. And
It's
so-
Smartless is Bateman and those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're producing it.
Yeah.
What a great fucking thing.
So, really psyched on that. And me and my cousin, we have a radio show, the Big Ass Happy Family Jubilee, on Outlaw Country on Saturday nights.
I didn't know. Where?
Yeah,
Where do you
yeah.
do it? Huh? Where do you do it? In L.A.?
He lives in Chattanooga, and I live in here. So we just get linked up.
Linked up.
Yeah.
Wow.
An engineer does that.
If I ever wanted to promote something, could I go on there and promote it or not?
Oh, sure.
I feel like I'm not being real right now.
Yeah, you can come on. Yeah. And you know, Steve-O and I have a new skateboard out on steve-o.com. So.
A new skateboard.
Yeah.
Wow.
Since I'm such a great skater, I'm awful. I'm fucking dreadful.
You can ollie. Yeah, me either.
No.
Me either.
No.
Anyway, so give Johnny. What's that?
I mean, it's when you.
Oh, when
first-
Tony and
you
taught me to
you did
ollie.
Your first time he
yeah.
did that.
That's a.
Oh, that looked like you purposely fell.
No.
You're like such a drama queen. You purposely fell.
Look, it hurt my little leg. And Tony's like, "Get back up, you fucking pussy."
Oh, it's when he first does. The
Oh, is that
ollie.
Jason with them?
Yeah, Jason Ellis. Yeah.
First ollie ever.
Right here. Ready, guys.
Oh, you.
Slow down. Got it.
Holy shit!
I got a little air, right?
That's the first.
Yeah.
Had you tried to ollie before?
I've never been able to do it. He taught me how.
That's
I got a little error.
Really.
Shut
See?
up. Dude.
I know. That's
Shut
awesome.
up. Really?
Will you let me?
Okay, go.
That's
go ahead.
awesome.
Thank
It's
you.
like you can tell you're an athlete if you like. That's the first time you tried it and you got it.
Yeah. But that ramp I'll never be able to do. Can you drop down on a ramp like that?
Well, I have, and
Yeah.
I just went and gravity took over. And I went straight to the bottom.
Wow.
It's like I didn't even try to. I just stepped off. I just stepped off my skateboard and just like fell.
Wow.
So
You didn't even try.
I tried. I
Yeah.
committed because what I didn't want to do was undercommit and slide down
All
the back
right.
of it. So
Yeah.
I overcommitted so much. I just stepped off my skateboard and just fell 20 feet to the
right.
straight to the.
Because let me say something. When you're up there, because I've been up there, it is
it's
scary as
scary.
fuck, bro.
Things look when you're standing under them. You're like, it doesn't look that big, and then you get up there, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, especially when you put the board and you're about to drop in. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Then when you look at Sky Brown and these kids doing it, it's
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
Yeah,
what doing.
they're amazing.
Skateboarding is evolving in a way. It's like the girls that are doing.
Oh, here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Is that you? Oh my
Yeah.
god, dude.
Yeah.
I can't do a vert. That's scary.
What was that at?
That was for Jackass TV show.
Wow.
Yeah,
And that's the last time you tried?
for that because I. But the guy walking up, Dave Carney,
Wow.
he was going to shoot me with a taser gun.
Oh.
He's got a taser gun. I'm like, soon as I can get my air back, you can shoot me.
Yeah.
And he shoots me, and I'm like, whatever you do, aim low, right? Because I don't want it in my eye.
Yeah.
Right.
And one went in my chest, and one went in my neck. And like out of the chest, you can pull it; it'll come out.
Yeah.
But my neck, the skin, like I was all the way up to here, and it wasn't popping.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Have you done tasers since then?
nah,
I've never
gotten stunned since then, but I haven't done a taser since.
Yeah,
then.
I've never been tased.
Ooh, that could be one.
Can you die?
Can we just get like
Nah.
medical clearance?
Oh, I'm getting old, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, anyway. I can still fuck.
Okay.
Anyway.
That's
Give Johnny Knoxville a round of applause. That's a good ending.
Balitang kukugani ay makabulol Purong kaya madumdumnamin bombola Syukumuki ay tuwito Syukuluki muki sa laman Balitang kukugani ay makabulol Purong kaya madumdumnamin bombola Syukumuki ay tuwito
well, and you shouldn't.
She is a sweet girl.
She doesn't know what she wants, and it's confusing. And there's one moment in that story that made me just decide she's kind of she's out to lunch a little bit.
I get it. Yeah, go ahead, lady. Ex, my love.
X, my
Person.
love.
What's up?
You can be a sweet girl and have certain motives, and those two things can be true. I just hope that now, between Nikki and I telling you these things, that and Gilbert and George, that you're at least on to her, that you know what she's doing.
Yeah. I'm on to it. Thank
No,
you.
because I don't want you to be
fall?
heartbroken at the end of
I'm
it.
not heartbroken.
Because it's obvious. He falls.
Can I just?
Really?
I don't
falls.
fall. What are you talking about, man?
You don't fall. For
I've
this
never
girl.
fell. You know what I
Wait,
mean?
Nikki, he
Yeah,
falls.
flies.
Yeah, I fly. Good, right?
There was some of the story
Thank
that
you.
I kind of sensed he was starting to actually really have feelings for this person. So
Oh, give me a break.
I hope you. Do you have the ick for her?
No.
Like, is there So
Yeah. Well, I don't have the ick for anybody really.
do guys not
Yeah,
experience
yeah.
it? And I know that it's like so over, like talked about at this point, the ick and girls having it. But it is a real thing, and men don't have it for women.
He
There's just
doesn't.
no way.
He said he hooked up with a girl that looked like Jim Belushi, and she was the greatest sex ever.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah,
There we
my
go,
boyfriend
guys.
says that he's hooked up with some girls before, and he's like, you know what?
John
She
Belushi, not
she
Jim
just
Belushi.
wanted it bad enough. She deserved
The
it.
difference, Kalila.
What? What'd you say?
Like my boyfriend's hooked up with girls that are maybe less attractive than as usually he would be attracted to, but he's like, she just wanted it so bad, I just had to like give it to her.
It's service work.
Can I
Yeah.
give you, Bobby, on the
I
Jim
respect that.
John on the Jim
couldn't
John
do that.
Belushi front? Can I make a really wild confession that's going to piss you the fuck off?
Yeah.
I wrote down, this is a truth. Remember I texted you about Dan Aykroyd
Yeah.
the other day?
Yeah.
And I asked
Had you
where
heard of
he
him?
was. I don't know the difference, and this is going to really piss everyone off, between John Belushi, John Candy, Dan Aykroyd, and John Goodman.
Who said that?
I don't know the difference.
Yeah, you do know the
okay.
difference.
I
John
do not.
Candy.
I do not. John Candy is the clearest
You know
one
him.
for me, but the rest is all jumbled up in my.
Why? Because they're fat guys.
No, it's just the time that they came out when I was a kid in the Philippines. Big white guy, they were all the same to me.
Oh, really? Dan Aykroyd wasn't a big white guy.
But he
Yes.
kind of
Later, in
Yeah.
his 60s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But back in the day when he did like Blues Brothers, he was the skinny guy and John Belushi was the fat guy.
But you
Yeah.
could tell me Blues Brothers and then Uncle Buck, and I'd be like, same guy,
No,
right?
No, oh my
Like
God.
I honestly don't know this, and then I'm so.
I know what you're doing, George.
I
It's
totally
insane.
relate.
I know. I
It's
know.
insane.
I didn't
Trust
watch
me.
John Candy stuff. I didn't watch Belushi stuff. So those, I can see how all of those. Who was the fourth one? Aykroyd.
Aykroyd
And
John Goodman.
John Goodman.
John Goodman.
This
Oh,
is
yeah, I
such
knew
something
John
I'm
Goodman pretty
so
well.
deeply ashamed about that I actually took the time over the weekend to
Watch all the films.
yeah, I went back and I'm like, oh, these are their differences, because when you're a kid, you just kind of don't think about these things.
Yeah, no, I have the same kind of things where like gaps in my knowledge, but it's just because you didn't know. Like you can't when people are like, you don't know what a Furby is, or like we like yell at like young kids about like you've never seen the Goonies, and it's like no, they were 10 in
Oh, right.
1992.
You're right, you're
You know,
right,
Like
you're
why
right.
would they see the Goonies?
Yeah,
Shut
yeah.
up! You're just mad they're young, and you have to find some other way to get your aggression.
Well, at first I was like, I've dated women that were like I'm 52, that women that are 32.
yeah.
Right? And they're like, yeah, I've never seen a Star Wars. And in the beginning, I was like, what? I'm losing my mind.
Yeah, but-
and now as time goes on, you're like, it's a big deal. It's like, I haven't seen like a lot of things that you guys seen, like
Silent films.
I like Mean Girls is a huge movie that chicks like, right?
Yeah.
Love.
I've never seen it,
Oh my God, it's so.
but I respect it. I respect it.
should.
Or Lil Wayne's.
Lil
Or
Wayne-
Lil Wayne's, right? Or,
You
like,
miss out on things, and you can't be.
Glorious Child. Oh, no, what's it called?
Destiny's
Destiny's Child.
and Gloria Esteban.
I thought you
I put,
were
both of
joking.
them, I put both of them in. That'd be a cool band name.
Glorious.
Glorious Child.
But I don't think you should be hard on people.
I'm not anymore.
In the same way that you know how hard it was for me to even admit that I didn't know the big white man difference.
Yeah.
But it's okay to not know what you don't know because you don't
I'm going
know.
to
it.
ask Nikki. I'm
you
going to
didn't
ask you some.
choose to
Nikki,
not
I'm going to
know
ask you
it.
some questions.
You would if you could.
If we were on a date, and this is stuff that I really need someone to know.
Yeah.
Ick.
So
You don't know it.
these are my icks.
This is my ick. Is like someone who's like, I'm not going to chill with you. You, you haven't seen Raiders of the Lost Ark in
Fair enough.
5
Fair
times.
enough. But
we can't.
all right.
ever
So
be anything.
I'm driving.
Okay.
Right, and you're next to me. We're in Europe. That's why I'm on this side.
A boat.
Yeah, no, because I'm on the right side.
Okay,
Driving,
okay, oh,
right?
great, yeah.
Right. Hello, bonjour. I go. I would ask you like, what's your favorite Scorsese film? Do you like
The Departed. That is what I would say.
Boom,
but
right
I
there,
would say
check
to you,
mark.
me saying that is saying very little because it's like one of maybe one I've seen.
All right.
I happen to think it's amazing, but I don't really like violence in film, and so I went to see that against my will, and I
Yeah.
loved it. And oh my God, I'm missing out on so many things because I don't like watching violent things. But I can't watch The Sopranos. I can't watch Breaking Bad. I don't like violence and jump scares,
Yeah.
so I miss out on so many things that I know are the best things ever made.
I think my problem is this: is that I'll ask them questions like a test, and I don't think I should do that. Like I'll go like this. I'll look at her and go, what's your favorite Kubrick film?
No, that's too specific.
Oh, no,
What's your favorite
Answer
movie?
it. Answer it.
Kubrick?
Yeah, what's
I
your
don't
favorite-
have one because I've never seen one, but I know 2000 Space Odyssey.
Oh, right. Oh, you
I
know.
know who Stanley Kubrick is.
Yeah.
But I've never, and I know I'd love his films because I'm a smart person who likes good stuff. I've just never seen it. What if that was my answer? Can we still continue this date?
Yeah, but that already would be a check mark because you're aware of it.
What if I'm as
Yeah.
like
And I've had like, you know what I mean?
When I said that.
I don't play the Kubrick cube. Right? And you're like, well, it's not a game. What are you talking about, right? Like, you have.
But they wouldn't know what that is.
Right.
That's a
Well, you match the
97.
colors. I go, no, that's called Rubik's. And my point is this: is like at least you, right, are aware of what it is.
You just shouldn't freak out when they haven't seen a movie, but you should be like, are you open to it? And have you at least heard of him? Because I do agree with you. Like, I know I can fill out a crossword puzzle. I don't know any detail about half the things I'm talking about, but I just know I'm paying attention to things. You miss it, but you can't point any fingers with that. You don't know who Gloria Estefan is, but now I'm and Destiny's Child. Like, you're not paying attention either to some things that
I know, and if I don't know those things, and it was important to somebody, then it wouldn't work out. That's what I'm saying.
No, because I could go, well, you should, here's some things watch it with me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm willing to learn.
And then watch her the whole time as she's watching.
Yeah.
Wait, that's exactly what he does.
Sure.
Like if he wants you to watch something, like The West Wing, 6 seasons of it was it was watching me watch West Wing.
Oh my God. Oh, that's cute.
It's a great show.
It's like when I bring my friends to Taylor Swift concerts and I'm just like, like Esther the whole time. I'm like, I'm checking it. Are you still in?
But Nikki, you're looking around and you see who else is cheering, right?
Yeah.
12-year-old girls.
No.
Yeah.
Dude, it's not.
Yeah, there's kids. I've seen it.
Yeah, it is. It is
crying.
I've been to 12 shows and it's like 70% adult women.
Correct.
No, there's no way, dude. I've seen it online. I see little girls. Ooh.
Yeah, because she has all of the
I
generation.
might say 60%. I'll change it to 60 because
Yeah,
I think
but what does a little kid relate to that you can relate to?
Being alive, feeling unbridled, feeling connected to just another frequency, the one that you're connected to when you're a kid and you have more emotions and you're not as like kids like it doesn't mean it's dumb. It just it sounds good and it makes you feel alive.
Also, when you're younger, you're really just looking for something like a good melody and and
catchy.
fun and catchy. And she has that. But then for us older girls, she has the lyrics. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and so it's like
poetry.
There's something for everyone.
Yeah, I mean I'm into every yeah.
Respect.
Yes.
Yeah.
The things you all want.
Wait, do you not want those things?
No. Life is painful.
Well, good.
Life is painful. It's hard.
Yeah.
Get in the ditch. Let's dig out.
Get in the ditch.
Yeah.
What song is like a song you really like? Is your song that you're like, this is so fucking?
Oh, I could do it. Oh, yeah. Pale Blue Eyes
Oh my god!
by the Velvet Underground is one of my favorite
Really?
songs. Yeah.
Let me pull up those lyrics.
No, please.
I want to look
know what
inside
makes me
Bobby's
cry?
soul.
Yeah. What?
Is that those lyrics when we were breaking up like rang very true for me?
Pale Blue Eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel so happy. Sometimes I feel so sad. Sometimes I feel so happy, but mostly you just make me mad. Baby, you just make me mad. Linger on your pale blue eyes. Thought of you as my mountaintop. Thought of you as my peak. Thought of you as.
Can we get into that?
Suck it the
All right.
fuck up.
So let me ask you
It's
this,
a
Whitney.
war zone out there.
All right. So Whitney.
That's what I hear.
So what do I do? Should I get not anytime soon, but like? You know,
Also, nobody's sane is going to date either of you given this situation. So it's already.
What do you mean?
It's the matter of like. So Nick, so my best friend,
Yeah.
who I dated before, he like lived with me. I mean, he is my biggest priority. Anyone coming in to date either of you has to understand the other person is going to be the biggest priority.
How do you explain that to your new girl?
Like you can't here's the.
I never
it's a-
even thought about it.
You know what it is? It's like having a kid, being like, look, you have to meet my kid. I can't let you meet him too early, but if that doesn't take. So for me, when people date me, I'm like, they just have to meet Nick as soon as possible. If they don't vibe, if Nick doesn't like, there's no point in going any further.
I see.
But it's like, but I feel the same way always with my mom, in the sense that like if my mom doesn't like my girlfriend, I can't make it. There's just no way it's gonna work, right?
Sure.
You know, so it's like now
She would have to be very patient about the fact that we do slip up. We do still kiss on the lips. You still call me babe. We do watch The Boys together every night.
Okay.
Like we still sleep on the same bed. Like
yeah,
that's
I'm just
a
saying,
hard
but
thing
in a world eventually when you move out,
yeah.
right, and you have your own place, still I think that would be a thing where I would have to go. If I'm on a date with a girl, I have to go. You know, just FYI, you know, my ex-girlfriend's my best friend, and we do a podcast together. And
I think they'd probably know, but
I know, but what if they don't?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
then date someone who speaks English and has a Wi-Fi connection.
Right. But I would have to like.
Stop dating people that just got out of underground cults.
Yeah. I would have to.
Everyone's gonna Google you. Everyone's gonna know.
Right. And I just have to say that's the situation. Like, and then they probably ask, like, well, is she there all the time?
Here's the irony. The irony is that it is a giant red flag for me if guys aren't friends with their exes. If guys don't speak highly of their exes,
Right.
if they're like, she's a fucking psycho, she's a con,
That's a big red flag.
to
for
me, you're the
as
common
well.
denominator in all
Yeah.
these psychos. Like, what's
Right.
going on? So to me, there's nothing more. This is why I love, before the guy that I'm dating, I got, he's younger, but I really only wanted to date married guys with kids before that had a lot of respect for their child's mother, because that's just so attractive to me.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm only going to date married guys. They know how commitment works. Like, they know how to stay amicable and respectful to someone that they spent 10 years with. It's
Yeah.
a fucking huge deal. And there's gonna be times where your new guy, you're gonna go have a problem, or girl, whatever. I don't see gender. Where you're gonna go like, I'm having a problem. I need to call Bobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a man's gonna go, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Those things are gonna.
Well, I envision a world where like 3 years down the road, she has a boyfriend named Tony, and I'm calling, yo, Tony, I can't hang these shelves up. Can you come over?
yeah.
He's like, hey, dude, hey, bro, I'm with Kalai right now, bro, right? And I go, come on, Tony, come over. He comes over, right? And then we're like, and they go, hey, let's play.
Oh no, you're gonna recruit him into gaming?
Let's co-op on Stardew Valley. You think so, bro? I go, yeah. And then we co-op, and then like 6 months down the road, I'm sucking his dick. You like that, Tony? I like it, dude. I like it.
Pretty good, though. Yeah.
I think that we're the first culture that's like, that book Committed by Elizabeth Gilbert. She wrote Eat, Pray, Love, which I didn't really get. But this was about how in every culture, like what marriage means, what relationships, and we're like we're the only culture, America, like this sort of Western civilization, we're the only ones that involve love at all. For everyone else, it's a business thing. It's about like
Financial
land, and I need someone to be able to watch my kids,
Yeah.
and I can't afford to move out. Like, it's such a no one expects to be like in love all the time. We're the only people that are like, every day I need to have butterflies. It's like for most people, it's just like a business,
Right.
And I talk to friends of mine that don't do what we do for a living, and they're in these marriages that are miserable, and I'm like, why don't you leave? And they're like, I can't afford to. Like, where would I'd have to like call the phone company and separate the bill, like it's just it's too entrenched. Like,
Yeah.
we can't, So
Well, why didn't it work out with Nick?
Nick, well, I was a kid. I mean, I was young. I was not yet like integrated or realized as a person. I was codependent, unrecovered Al-Anon, and very much addicted to adrenaline and having to chase someone and force someone to. Basically, he was emotionally unavailable at the time. He had a really intense trauma when he was a child. That is like one of the ones you just don't come back from. I think you guys both get that. Lost someone in his family. In front of him, saw it happen.
Oh, wow.
And he just, there's certain traumas that, if you were to do like 20 years of psychotherapy, you might be able to build some neural pathways, but
Right.
it changes your brain forever. And he's just, shit. And then he had cancer later in life just from like stress and stuff. And then being raised by parents that had lost a kid is very hard, because when parents have lost a child, it's the child that is surviving. It's very hard for anyone to console anyone because everyone's in so much pain.
Right.
So it ends up being just like emotional neglect, and it's just they say something like only 90% of couples that lose a child end up breaking up because there's just there's so much anger.
Yeah.
Why weren't you there? Why it's just
Right.
you can't move past it. Like the only way out is to just move on and just try to pretend it didn't happen, like
Right.
denial, And so so he was not able, like neither of us were really able to have any kind of intimacy. Neither of us had healed these invisible wounds. So it was just kind of the perfect way for me to cut myself by like chasing him around. He was like, everyone in Hollywood wanted to date him. He was like this big screenwriter, and just because he didn't want to commit to anyone because he didn't want to invest in anyone and then have the inevitable pain of a breakup, because he was just pain avoidance.
Right.
And so I just was obsessed with him because it made me feel like shit to like chase him around, and and then ultimately it was like we're soulmates. We're meant to be best friends. We weren't meant to date, but I didn't know how to start off in a platonic relationship. I thought the only thing I had to offer the world was sex or my body. So it didn't even occur to me like
Right.
this person that makes me laugh so much that I just want to be around all the time. Like we could just be friends.
Maybe we misread the cues up front.
No.
What do you mean?
Like, when we first met, we had that strong feeling of like, why do I feel so like deeply like bonded to you even after the first date?
Trauma.
Right? Yeah, I think, but we didn't really talk about the
I just think
trauma.
that subconsciously that you just find your person that you relate to on that level. I feel like you could just read them. You know what I mean? In a sense, you know what I mean? And I think that that's what our initial bond was.
There's like a comfort, right?
A comfort, yeah, right? We hate the same things, authoritarian figures. You know what I mean? That's also, I think, a result of because my dad was such a menace, right? That's why I hate Trump so much. You know what I mean?
Neo-Nazi Theo.
Yeah, I don't know why I keep looking at neo-Nazi Theo when I say.
I hate Trump so much.
I always look at you. I don't know why I always look at you.
Or is Theo Nazi Theo? We don't know.
Yeah.
But what I'll say is, sorry, I don't. This is not my place to say, but I don't think you have to like pathologize yourself for having fallen in love. It's not like I had trauma, that's why I loved you. It's like no, I mean, it's like you're gorgeous and amazing,
so
and
many-
very smart. As someone that knew Bobby for a while, and you came along, was like she is so. Like calm, like you just like move through the world with such like a calmness and a grace and whether it's from your trauma, the work you've done, or having been a nurse, whatever it is, you're just like water off things. Just like
Here's what also when I date a girl, like I've had women right that I've dated that aren't. She wasn't in the business, right? And when you introduce them to that world, they act cray cray.
Yeah.
Right. They don't know how to act. You know what I mean? You're at somebody's house that's like a celebrity or whatever, and they take selfies with them and post it online. Or that one girl I brought to the upfronts, and she gave her card to the president of Fox,
headshot.
saying that I'm a comedian, right? And she's like, "What the fuck is this? This is a dinner, bitch." You know,
Fox, and that's Fox News. Like,
yeah. That's Rupert Murdoch. Yeah. But my point is but she was the first girlfriend that I had that I thought, oh, she can navigate right in every social situation.
Yes.
A chameleon in many ways, and she could read.
But
I think
a
it's trauma.
chameleon, that's what we can both do. I mean, but people that can shape shift that easily based on the way they had to do it as a survival mechanism can also be very dangerous people.
Yeah.
She's able to shape shift and survive any situation you throw her in without being an inauthentic and full of shit person.
Yeah.
Because I used to sometimes conflate that and be like, oh, this person could just like be this person at this event and this person at this event, and then you're like, oh, you're just a sociopath. Like you were lying to me this
that
whole
is
time.
extremely scary. Like people who are able to kind of code switch on, immediate. Yes, I do understand.
But you know what you have to, we all know what we have to do to get through a party or whatever. But then you're authentic when you're not.
But can I say the greatest night when it solidified to me that you were the one was
10 years. You'll be the one for about 10 years.
Adam Sandler's Christmas party.
Ice skating.
Yeah.
At the bowl, ice skating, and
when he had
Were
the
you
band.
there?
hockey.
You there that night?
At Pickwick.
Pickwick.
Yeah, Pickwick. Yeah,
He does it every year.
Yeah. So I went one year, and usually when I go to those events,
That's
I'm
right.
there-
Every year I get to go find out which actors are so short. It's my favorite thing to be like, Steven Dorff is like 5'1". I love this party.
Steven Dorff really that short?
Yeah.
So usually I go to those places. I'm there 15 minutes tops. I say hi to who I need to say hi to when I leave.
That party's
right?
a nightmare.
Nightmare. But with her, I went there. We were there for 5 hours. Just running around.
Fun.
And giggling and look at that person and going to all the areas. And it was the first time where I went, I'm actually having a really good time in an environment that I dread usually, and that's when I knew this is going to work. You know what I mean?
It's also interesting because I hear I don't know the answer because I am lone wolf is my energy, and it's not something that I totally, from what I understand, it would take a very long time to change. I don't know if I'm even interested in changing it. I wasn't socialized a lot as a child. I'm very good on my own. Like I'm an introvert by nature, which I did not know the definition of this until actually kind of recently, is that introvert and extrovert. Introvert is that you derive energy from being alone. And extrovert is you derive energy from socializing. I have friends that they'll go to one bar and they're like, let's go to another one. Let's go meet these people. And I'm like, aren't you exhausted? Like I have friends, they'll do a dinner and then a drinks and then they'll go to a late night. And I'm like, I'm always like, is that cocaine? Is it I'm exhausted. So, and it's nothing personal about the person. I just don't, I'm not, so I'm really like being alone. I'm like good at it.
Too.
I understand it. When someone else comes into the mix, I just like my ADD and perfectionism. it makes me kind of resent the person if I'm around them too much because I feel like I have to be on my best behavior all the time and I don't want to show them, I want to, I just like, it's like this, like the guy that I'm dating now, he's in my house and I go to make coffee and he's sitting there and I'm like, do I have to be like, do you want to, like, do I have to offer? Because if I offer it, I would always offer it.
Well, no.
I'm setting it. Well, that's what I'm saying. But there's
You
this
have to set the
pressure
precedent,
when you're
yeah.
cohabiting or coexisting with
Yeah.
someone. Every decision, you are signing up to think about them every
Right.
time you're doing something. And
Right.
I am wired to really caretake.
Yeah.
So that's